So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking lately about all the players that the Toronto Maple Leafs let go due to direct or indirect means back late 60s, early 70s. Now, this player ended up being probably the second best right winger in the world for most of the 1970s. He played probably with two of the best players in Buffalo Sabres history, and he became probably the third best player in Sabre history up until that time of the late 70s. So we're going to talk about the double R of the French Connection line, the very talented and the very durable Rene Robert. Now, Rene Paul Robert was born December 31st, 1948 in Three Rivers, Quebec, and they say if you graduate from the Three Rivers program, you got it pretty strong. Now, he played 12 seasons in the NHL between 70 and 82. He was selected to 2 All-Star games in 73 and 75, and was selected as a second NHL All-Star team right wing in 1975. Now, he came to heavy prominence quite young when he played in the 61 Quebec International Pee Wee Hockey Tournament with his Three Rivers side. Now, he got his major recognition with the Trois-Rivières Leafs of the QJHL, and his final season was true to roof, ladies and gentlemen. Averaged almost 3 points a game with 69 goals and 74 assists in 143 contests, and with 8 goals in the playoffs. Now, because he was a Leafs prospect, he was moving through their minor hockey league system. He played 3 games with Tulsa of the CPHL in 68, 59 and 69, where he had 21 goals, and he split time in 1970 with Rochester and Vancouver of the WHL and Rochester VHL, where he scored 23 goals. Now, he had a cup of coffee with Toronto in 71, but he also was back with Tulsa with 26 goals. He also found himself with the Phoenix Roadrunners. Now, Toronto pretty well gave up on him for some unforeseen reason, and the Pittsburgh Penguins gave him a full shot for the season, and he eventually found his way to Buffalo. But when he arrived in Buffalo, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest lines that the world has ever seen. It was called the French Connection. Now, the French Connection included superstar and Team Canada forward Gilbert Perreault and his Team Canada 72 line mate Rick Martin. Now, to basically describe the French Connection, imagine the best francophone players of the Montreal Canadiens in 3 players. When they're on the ice, everybody backed up. Now, their process allowed them to knock off Montreal in the semifinals, where Montreal was a heavy favorite with the Cup that year. They did play the Flyers in the finals, but poor goaltending by Buffalo, led by Roger Crozier, because the infamous Jerry Desjardins, who I once confronted and told him if he was a better goalie, he would have won a Cup that year. They lost in 6 games where they should have defeated the Flyers handily, but Crozier was too old to lead the team, and Desjardins was too ineffective. Now, he broke a Buffalo team record by being the first Sabre to score 100 points in a season. That came in 1975, where he notched 40 goals and 60 assists for 100 points. And he had a great playoff, ladies and gentlemen, especially effective against Montreal in the semis, with 13 points in 16 games. Now, he continued to score heavy in the 70s, 76, he had 35 goals. 77, he had 33. 78, he had 25. 79, he had 22. But for some strange reason, Scotty Bowman didn't really like him that much, or he wouldn't have traded him. He was sent to Colorado in 1979 for former Montreal Canadian John Van Boxmeer, which ended the French Connection line forever. Now, he was inducted into the Buffalo Sabres Hall of Fame along with Perreault and Martin in 89. His number 14 was retired from the Buffalo Sabres on November 5th, 95, along with Rick Martin. They were reunited with Perreault, whose number 11 was retired in the 1990 ceremony. Now, he had one effective season in Colorado, but in 81 he found himself back with the Maple Leafs, a shadow of his former self. He was mostly in a defensive role in his season and a half with Toronto. In his last campaign in the NHL, he had 13 goals and 24 assists for 37 points in 55 games. Now, final NHL totals: 284 goals in a regular season, 702 points. 50 games in the playoffs, 41 points, including 22 goals. Now, He also served as Colorado Rockies captain for one short stint in '81, and he was replaced by Lanny McDonald. Technically, he's former Toronto Maple Leaf, not say teammate, but roster mate anyway. But just like Steve Shutt, when the puck was available to put in the net, he put it in. He would rarely lose an opportunity to score. His scoring percentage was quite high, one of the highest of all time. But the playoff totals, anytime Buffalo had a run in the playoffs, Martin Perreault and Robert were the ones that made a run. But for me, the 73 season was the breakthrough because Buffalo finally challenged in the playoffs, and they lost in the quarterfinals, but they were much deserving of that quarterfinal berth because they had a really strong season in 73. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest in our Whatever Happened to these Toronto Maple Leaf player podcasts. Next one is going to be Gary Younger, and I'm still undecided. The one after that, either it's going to be Bernie Perron or it'll probably be Randy Carlyle. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't decided. Have a good day. Bye.